Oh, oh yeah, no.
Hi, Isaac. Thank you, Isaac.
Thanks. Mustafa.
هاي.
I'm Mustafa.
هاي، ازيك؟
Mm.
Yeah, thank you.
That's weird.
Hello, beloved.
Hi.
Happy Easter.
Mm. Hmm. Really?
Hello, Isaac.
Yeah. So Tim, I'm with Marina, and I'll be with you.
Oh,
often.
sorry.
No worries. Thanks, Marina.
Thanks, Isaac.
Yeah.
Is that all right, Isaac, now?
Perfect.
All right, okay. Hi, Isaac.
Hey, Satya.
I was wondering about when we find ourselves vibrating at the field of the conditioned self, which is the drama self and the blame, shame, and guilt. That level of vibration, when we're in, it's a part of that field to it's included. Is it your experience that it's included in that field to say, look what you have done, I need to come out of it, or it's there's no way out of it, because anything you will do, it's a part of the conditioned self. It's only when somehow out of grace moments, when you lift up, then you see the whole thing is just, there's no way out of it.
You know, it's kind of like when you're a baby, you poop in your diaper. And then at some point, you learn it's actually a lot more pleasurable to not have to sit in a poopy diaper.
Yeah.
And we learn, you know, in the course, somehow learning happens in the course of living. So the conditioning has been that something in the system tightens up and there's a sense that there's something wrong.
Yes.
Something wrong with me, something wrong with you, something wrong with life, whatever. And then however the system has learned to deal with that. And then maybe through inquiry or through luck or through looking, you learn, wait a second. Actually, that's just a loop. And the more you spend time in that loop, it's not fun, it's suffering. And then there's a recognition it's not real. It's just automatic unconscious movements that are trying to get away from a sensation. It's not wrong, it's not bad, it's just a certain stage of development. Like pooping in your diaper is not wrong or bad, it's just what's possible until, you know, a learning happens. So
Yeah.
And so, you know,
because I find myself this in the family, which is the strongest of all, when you interact with your family members. And in my family, there's a brother which I have, and dear Lord, it's it's a journey of a lifetime with him. Anger, there was so much abuse happened. He hit me as a kid, and he's doing the same thing which he was doing 30 years ago. So I try to stay calm with my system, because and he's an enlightened guy, as he called himself. So, and it's all hidden behind, everything is hidden behind this enlightenment facade. So to look at oneself in those situations, that am I projecting now onto him?
You know, it's also still looking through this idea that there's a you. I mean, what's such a paradox. Like at this moment, there's people that are figuring out how to create wars so that they can make huge amount of profits. Doesn't matter how many people die or how much suffering there is. And then there's people that are producing arms for those wars. Doesn't matter how many people get injured or maimed, they do that. And then there's other people that are supporting it through the media or whatever. And then there's other people that will go to the wars and fight.
Yeah.
And there's other people that just, are not interested. Even if they were called, they would not go. They would rather go to jail or whatever. And all expressions of the same source.
Yeah.
So here we are, we're dealing with, and we see this, like, at the moment, in a certain sense, it's like humanity is it's like being sprayed and being, so much stuff going on.
Incredible. Yeah.
It's unreal. And, it's like, okay, here we are. And, it's like, you can see it and you can, it can spin you out, or you can see it and go, okay, I know what's interesting to me. I just know what's interesting to me. Again and again, doesn't matter how many times the system gets caught up. The moment it sees, it comes back, I know what the primary interest is in. So, I mean, as far as I can see, that's the boat we all find ourselves in, it's just like, and what's so amazing is some people see, some people just don't see. It's like, it's absolutely convinced their perspective is the correct one. Everybody else is wrong. No matter what you bring, it's seen as a threat, or it's crazy times. It's really crazy times. It's just like,
I just sense that as well. It's very crazy times. It's incredible what's going on in the world. You sense it, and it's like, wow, man. Probably this is all coming out now. Probably it has been there like so long, but now it's just showing it.
In a way, yes. And it's like there's a few expressions of the same source that somehow have an interest, and so it doesn't matter. It's like, I love that Rumi poem. It doesn't matter if you break your vows 10,000 times, come again and come again and come again.
Yeah.
It's just like, what other? That's all. It's like,
I relate to what you say. But it's knowing that the other, of course, I have to say in the form of the other, but knowing that the other is off limits completely, saying things which are being righteous. I know what's the right thing here, but
all of that.
Yeah. I think there's a saying that if you think you're enlightened, go and live with your family for a week, and then you will.
Yeah, and who cares about enlightenment? It's like, it's not about, there's no final state to get to or anything like that. It's just like, here's life, and somehow we have these different people in our lives, and some people are really easy to rest with, and other people, everything in our system wants to get away. It's just,
So we
You know,
can
and then
say in one
when
way,
we say people, but really what we're looking at is, I would say, automatic unconscious patterns that are playing, because it's not even the person. It's just patterns
Yeah.
of functioning that usually are automatic and unconscious. So literally means there's no choice there. It's just life inviting you back to what your interest is again and again, and all its disguises.
yeah, I'm totally, resonate, Isaac. There are moments when this clarity happens. Oh, he's this whatever we call the other guy. He's not doing it. It's just he's helpless. It's just happening through him. And then in the same breath, you see, oh, what is happening through you is also I have no choice in what is expression is happening.
Exactly. And then like I would say, depending on the depth of inquiry and the depth of interest, something sees it and takes the opportunity, or it doesn't. It goes in for one more spin around then. And it's not something, I don't think we ever consciously choose, now I'm going to suffer. It's not like that.
No. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you again.
Thank you. Shanti, Jennifer. So Shanti now, then Jennifer. Hey, Shanti. You're still muted there.
Still muted. Forgot that bit.
Cool. No worries.
Thank you for that explanation. It was very good. Yeah, we can change, and I've certainly in the past 4 or 5 years changed. I was a very angry person 5 years ago at what was going on and what I could see unfolding, and now it's just information. I think it's important to look at ways to undo what's been done, and that's really important information. But the rest of the fear porn is just leave it.
Yeah, that's what I see, like it. For me, if some information comes my way that I find useful, I love to pass it on, but I just see some people get offended by it. It's like, wow, and other people go, thank you. So it's, I'm not interested. It's like, for me, it resonated. If it doesn't, it's just simple,
But people are so afraid to face what could be that they double down on it, and they get really aggressive and
again, we can say people do that, but I don't think anybody does it. I think it's actually just undigested information that's kind of responding like that. It's like, because it's suffering. It's
totally.
Yeah. In my experience, we can't convince or anybody of anything. We can give some information and either resonates or it doesn't. The rest is okay, you can have fun by pushing each other, a little and saying, yeah, well, see that you believe that.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting to see, it's like, I see in intimate relating, it's like somehow there's this idea that whoever you're intimately relating with should see the world exactly the same way you do. And so if they, like if somehow they don't, it can be, that's a breaking. It's like, no, we can't be friends anymore because we don't see things the same way. And to me, it seems like, okay, everyone's going to see it through whatever is left of the filters that are there, and
Mm. Yeah, exactly. And even like 20 years ago, I was really into peace for Palestine and everything. And then, as you just described, all of the different elements that go into war, and even people even people around you who won't accept the end of the Ukraine war. It's like, well, you're not accepting peace then. Okay. It's a weird kind of thing that we're at the moment, because peace is such a beautiful thing.
Yeah, to me, I'm just watching where something in what's left of unconscious functioning is at war with how it is.
Mm.
So just watching those little micro movements that go into a position, or feeling hurt and not able to hold it, or whatever. It's just like, that's where the war is, actually. Yeah.
Feels like a vibrational war sometimes. Thank you, Isaac.
Hello.
Okay.
Just like the rest and resource a little.
the midst of everything, there can be this sweet flow that just brings life to every cell in my body.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It's amazing the depth of peace and safety that feels in the system more and more. And yet, wow, I see the war big out there. I won't say out there, but happening in this soup.
You know, who knows what it's good for?
Yeah.
Who knows what it's good for?
Yeah. We don't really know anything.
You know,
But I mean, it looks crazy anyway. But but yet it
Yeah.
may be, who knows? They'll
you
try
know,
to
what
figure
it,
it.
yeah, what does it take for? I mean, you know, it seems like little by little, more and more people are questioning what's
Mm.
going on. Maybe, you know, it's just, I don't know what it's going to take. You know, it's like, man, we're living in such a dark, and yet in the midst of the darkness is a sweetness and peace. And,
Yeah, that's why it's such a paradox because
mm,
the sweetness keeps getting sweeter and the
mm.
darkness keeps getting darker.
I'm not sure that if it's getting darker, really, at this point, it's like, wow, you know, when I look what was going on during COVID, it was, yeah, unbelievably true. And I don't know if we've moved from then or not, but it seems like, you know,
Well, I
more
was
weight.
kind of including the darkness all these like past 5 years that
Yeah, yeah.
seems to be I don't know, unveiling something, but who knows?
Who knows? We don't know. It's just like,
And the funny thing is it it doesn't feel to, I don't know, like to even go there anymore, like with what that is.
I
And
just see that it's like, you know, in the it's most simple to stay with our greatest love, greatest interest. That's
yeah,
it.
for me lately, everything's just falling away. Like I don't have interest in lots of things anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
In doing things and going places and
All of that stuff.
yeah, it finally came to the realization. They say, be in your joy. This is the joy.
Mhm.
This piece is it. There's nothing
Yes.
beyond, there's nothing more.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Remember.
Yeah, Jack.
Hi.
know how to speak to my experience right now. It's very messy and confusing and overwhelming.
Hmm. And just tuning to how our systems meet in this moment. We'll come back to the messiness, promise.
So good. I feel like, for me, it feels like this. Your system feels like this still deep lake that I don't want to. There's this resistance in me of letting what I guess my mind is telling me about what this experience is pollute that by meeting it.
You don't have to worry, it can.
I know I don't. I'm just telling you that's what my experience is. there's a resistance.
That's all. There's a resistance. So honoring that resistance, just honoring it for now, not trying, just honoring it. Somehow there's resistance. You didn't ask for it, you just noticed it. You're not doing it. It just is happening. And you're just noticing, okay, there's resistance. It's not wrong, it's not bad. And so we're just present to that resistance and allowing it to reveal itself. You know, it's like all the different layers of I call it old information. It's good for just by being present, it starts to show, and I can feel you're seeing some of the layers. And that's its usefulness. Resistance is not bad. It's just like, okay, whatever's left there, it's the resistance has a function. And we're just okay, what's the function? In some ways, it seems to me like it's always trying to prevent us from having the experience we're having ever again in the future. That's it. By having it intensely now. It's like, okay, far out. Wow. It's amazing. It's trying to help in a very, yeah. So we hear and there's heartbreak and whatever else is going on. See it. And you can't stop it from happening again, for sure not. If we can, okay, just be present to it. It's here, whatever it is, somewhere, somehow. something in us went down a track and participated in something. Believed in something. It's like going to a casino with a pocket full of cash and hoping that you can make a fortune. And then at the end of the evening, you've lost all your money, more than what you can afford to lose. So it's like, oh, fuck. Somehow it seemed like a good idea at the beginning of the evening. And the same thing happens with, intimate connecting. It's like, okay. Somehow, I see some people seem to manage having fun together. It's like, why can't that happen for me? And I want that. And so something in our system doesn't stand. So it does all the moves to try and get it to be like we imagine it could be. Trying the same old stuff that has never worked up till now. It's so amazing to me. It's just like, at least that's how it seems to me. I don't know. It's certainly what's playing in me enough times. And I've seen, it's just presence, I could say. There's nothing wrong with all those movements to try and get what we want, but it's just, I guess it's, something in us is going to keep trying it until it really realizes, okay, there's a certain trajectory to those patterns. And ultimately, what we have is the moment. It's being alive to this moment. With every cell. No matter how it. I'm just sensing now. I didn't tell you anything you don't know. That's so clear to me. But in a sense, just reminding you of what you do know. So there's that knowing, I could say like that, and then keeping quiet, and then there's something wants to go around that circle one more time, just to make sure that it really is suffering.
Thank you, Isaac.
No, thanks, Kim. You feel vulnerable and broken open at the moment and stuff. That's its own gift in a way. Easy.
Hi,
Hey,
just for fun, I would like to play with maybe a concept. Let's say the peace in the world will follow the inner peace of the mankind. Let's call it awakened consciousness. Um, can we let play this consciousness in a way that we change our frequency by alignment of emotion and thought to be, for example, thankful that the universe
see, to me, in some ways, it's like putting something on top. So here we are. And there's an interest to be peace itself. Not through doing, because anything you do is temporary, but by seeing who you are. And then naturally, you would say gratefulness arises, or appreciation, love. But when you try to be loving, it doesn't really work. And
so awakened consciousness comes through the mankind, but the mankind can't do anything, just resting. Right.
it's just like a recognition and making a distinction between doing and being. Being what you are and trying to do to be. Yeah.
Trying to do to be.
Yeah, like trying to be grateful or something like that, trying to raise your vibration or anything, just it's like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hi, Isaac. Hmm. Isaac.
Yes.
There was a kind of a recognition that my system was chewing all the time on the same information and trying to control it or to prevent it. somehow it's a mystery to me that awareness is untouched. But in the same time, it's not separate from all these sensations, and it's kind of a mystery to me how that can be.
Yeah. In one way, the sensations are simply information. And where it gets interesting is where unconsciously something tightens up, something goes into resistance. Just a little movement, it doesn't take much, just something goes to war.
Yeah.
Doesn't want it.
Exactly. Then immediately the sense of wanting to change something or
all of that.
immediately. And then the sense of I arises actually. Yeah?
For sure.
But in the other case, when awareness is untouched, then there is a rising feeling in me, of a rising feeling somehow, which is not a sense of I. Can that be? Or?
It's curious, what produces the movement where something tightens up? Like we hear, it's clear there is no one here. And it's impossible to control life in any way. And yet something tries.
Feels first like a little suppression to me.
Something somehow it moves into a wanting or not wanting or something where it just gets a little bit narrow. Usually so familiar and so habitual that it doesn't even register as a. It's just
kind of an idea that I have some power then about what's happening. Strange because I feel now a little bit of I'm not sure. It feels like joy.
It's Easter, Ascension, yeah?
Sorry?
It's Easter.
Yeah.
The whole story of Ascension, just in the sense, not getting caught in the movie. It's just like free. The whole story of life and death and right and wrong and all that, it's,
No, there's a little recognition that love is happening right now.
Mm.
Hmm. And I have a lot more appreciation to all the people in the Sangha because normally I'm just on my own, sitting here a little bit egocentric, but I can still feel, yeah, I like what is said and it helps me. Okay.
Good. Ah, Louise.
Thank you, Isaac.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
Yes, I see you.
Oh, beloved, thank you. Bettina, thank you. Thank you, thank you. So
Thanks.